Hey, I'm Daryll.
And I'm Greg.
We're on a journey on
the long and winding road
to share with you the glorious gift of
music.
We've had the privilege of making a lot of friends, and now we finally have the chance to sit down and have a conversation about their
long and winding road
and share with us the glorious gift of their
music.
So,
relax and rewind it back.
On that note, here's On That Note
with Daryll
and Greg.
Welcome back,
Hi,
guys,
ladies and gentlemen,
to another episode of On That Note with Daryll and Greg.
Yes,
This is the 17th episode. Greg, are you Greg? We're almost at 20.
This whole month has been amazing. You know, we had Hip Hop Month here at On That Note, and we got Moksh was here on the first episode, and then UNB was there, and
Leo.
Yeah. And Leo Boys, yes.
Yeah,
Shit, I
bro.
almost forgot Sagi.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. And we are here to wrap up Hip Hop Month with the Northeast finest, one of the pioneers of the genre here, I would say. And this dude actually started out way back, and he has his roots here, even though he started out back in New Delhi. And he's been doing amazing work, and he's been spreading a lot of awareness on a lot of important issues.
Social issues, especially. Like a lot of social issues are being spoken out through his writing, through his lyrics and stuff like that. And yeah, man.
This guy
he's at heart he's a Shillong boy.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
because basically, right. So he grew up in Shillong, and I mean, personally, to me, like, I loved everyone else who was on the Northeast Cypher, but for me, I think his has to be one of my favorite verses, because just the flow of it, not just the content of his verse, but just the flow. He had like a very, very different flow that even I couldn't catch it at first, but then, like, you know, the more I kept listening to it and stuff, it's like, yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen,
yes, please welcome the shape-shifting, genre-bending BK. Hi,
hey,
bro.
man. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
It's so good. It's so
I'm
good
good,
to
I'm
have
good.
you. So good to
Thank
have
you
you
for
here.
having me.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for agreeing to do this with us.
Yeah, I even though we gave that long introduction, I feel like BK is the kind of artist who needs no introduction, and he's been there for quite a while, and he's been doing this for a longer time than everyone else. And yeah, man. So how have you been, bro? How has this whole coronavirus situation been? How's the quarantine been? How's all that been for you?
I think, like, you know, for every musicians out there, I think it have been like very difficult because we don't have shows right now, and like, especially me, I earn from shows and then brands and stuff like that. But right now everything have stopped, so I felt like, you know, what's gonna happen now? But then again, if you think positively, like, you know, you're getting to spend time with your family. I have a two-year-old son, so I'm getting time to spend with him as well. So you know, so I feel like either you can just sit back and just say, like, you know, everything have stopped and get depressed about it, or else you can use this time to shape your skill, you know, think, like, introspect and think, like, you know, what you need to work on. It can be your singles, or you can think about, like, you know, why your music is not even, like, how to reach out to more audience, you know. So I'm just trying to focus on that overall, and trying to figure out that niche area where, you know, where I need to hit the market next time when I come out with my singles. So I'm just trying to use this whole pandemic situation in a positive way, and trying to better myself as an artist, and also you know, spend time with my family. So it's kind of like balanced for me right now. and this whole Northeast Cypher thing also happened, so, you know, it changed the mood. Like, we were kind of like sad, like nothing is happening and stuff like that. But then Northeast Cypher came along, and I think it enlightened, like, you know, it kind of like made everybody's mood like uplifting again after the cypher came out. That's what I felt. So on that note, it's kind of like I'm balancing both right now.
Nice. Where are you right now?
Yeah.
Where are you right now, man?
I'm based in Tripura right now.
Okay.
I'm in Agartala, the capital.
Okay, cool. So,
Yeah.
I would like to understand a bit about you, like how we do on every show. We like to
Run it back.
Yeah, go it back. Go it back. What the hell? That's not even right grammar. All right. We like to take the audience back on a journey with the artist. So with yourself and how you began, how you started, and where your roots came from, and take us through that journey and how it all began for you.
Okay, for me, I I was in Shillong. I was there for like 10 years. So yeah, I spent like 10 years there, man. So I'm like I miss Shillong now, even now. So it's like after my 12th exam, I came back home and my dad told me like, I think you should go to Delhi to pursue your further education. So I'm like, cool. And then in my mind, I was thinking, going to cities like Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore will be a good thing for me, because deep down I wanted to be a musician. I of course I wanted to graduate and all, but then deep down I wanted to be a musician. And then I didn't tell my parents about it. They kind of knew I was interested in music. And then so I went to Delhi, and then suddenly I found myself with all these books and stuff like that. So I wasn't feeling myself in a way, like being a musician.
Right.
So I started going to clubs at night. Like I met this guy called MC Crossed, and he started taking me to clubs, and I've never been to clubs before, and it was my first time. So when I went to club and I could hear that bass, like doom 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 and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, this is how a club feels. And then he said, do you want to freestyle? Then I'm like, yeah, cool, let's do it, man. Then he called me up on that. There's this place where the DJs they stand. So he took me up there, and then he gave me the mic, and I started freestyling and stuff like that. So it became a routine, like every
Nice.
Saturday or every Sunday we go and drop a freestyle. So after that, I started performing in like Freshers Meet and stuff like that, slowly. And in between, what happened with me was like, of course it's a little off topic, but let me just address that issue as well, because I was staying in this rented house, and then my roommate had gone to North Campus for his to collect his notes from his friend. And I thought like it's just 10 o'clock, and so I thought like it's kind of like Shillong, 10
Right.
o'clock you go out, you roam around, nobody tells you
Nobody-
nothing,
yeah.
it's still safe for you, right?
Right.
But then Delhi is a different place, and I thought like I was new to Delhi, right? So I went to this park, I was just scrolling around, and then two people came up, and then they attacked me, and I was stabbed like thrice on my chest. I survived.
Oh,
Yeah, I read about
And
that. Yeah.
so from that, so that impacted my whole music thing also. I thought like, if that happened with me, then it must be happening with every Northeastern, So I
Yeah.
thought I should talk about this, and I should write this in my lyrics. And slowly I started shifting, like, I started with love songs, of course, like,
Right.
but then I started shifting, and I thought like I should talk about these things which are happening in cities.
Right.
So, and then I also wanted to address the situation in Tripura. In Tripura we have this issue, lots of issues going on in the state right now. Yeah, we are at peace and everything, but then that we have that issue deep down where that the indigenous people, we are just like 30% now.
Yeah.
So that bothers me a lot.
right.
And so I thought like, nobody's talking about it. So I thought like it's better I take rap as a medium. And rap is something which doesn't have any boundary. It doesn't differentiate between poor or
Yeah.
rich. It just hits you, man. So I thought like, let me just try writing. And then that's how Cine came about, the roots. It talks
Yeah.
about the struggle of our people, the indigenous people here. And so it's just the slight issues that I feel needs to be addressed, because people don't talk about it. Because when I came to Delhi, people didn't know about the whole situation of Tripura as well. And the whole racism issue hit me like real hard.
Right.
And from there, like, it kind of shaped like where I wanted to go as an artist. So yeah, so that's how the whole thing came about, the Chiniha and all. And I thought like, even if I go like take up this as my career, like, I have to make sure that my message is reached out there, and then it reaches to people and it encourages the youth. Because right now, yeah, Tripura, like, we are all cool, everything is fine. It's just that I'm just bothered with the fact that our indigenous people, the tribal people, the population is declining at a rapid pace. So I don't know what will happen like 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line. So I thought people should talk about it, and we should also, let people know, especially the youths, because it's the youths that will bring change in the future. So I just try to aim the youths and encourage them. So basically my music is all about that.
Right. We spoke to a band from, I don't know if you know of these guys, Koloma. They're also from Tripura. Yeah, so we were speaking to them, they also gave out the same sentiment, they were feeling, they felt this minority, like you being a minority in your own land state is that's quite crazy. And they're doing they're doing a great job. I mean, obviously you're doing the same, uplifting Kokborok as a language and writing more and stuff like that. So we'll come to that, BK. What I want to understand more is also the music that you made. I think you had like a sound back in 2013, 2014 when you put out your first album, Journey.
The Journey.
Around that time was when we started understanding.
The Journey. Yes.
When we started understanding BK's music, your sound. It was this rock heavy guitars with like DJ electronic setup.
It's kind of like a new metal type of vibe, but with today's hip hop blend.
So I would like to ask you on how that came about, because I read you had worked with a guitarist named Moses Rai and DJ Ina, right? Yeah, so if you can just walk us through that and how you came up with that sound.
Basically, I was just doing like straight like rap. I was just doing rap. And then I always felt like, why just do the same stuff? Like, it's like you have a platform with you, use that and try to implement something different with it. So I had rap with me, I could write. So I thought like, what can I do different? Like, that will set me apart a little bit,
Right.
So I thought like, let's try to infuse with a guitarist and let's try to see how it sounds like. And then we started doing this, a mixture like you have seen it in Journey as well. It was a mixture of rock and hip hop together, and that's what the whole genre, like a mixing genre. That's how it came about. And then I met DJ Ina after like few years after that, and then he came to our studio. He came from Nagaland. He came just for us to work with us, and so we are like very grateful for that. And he came and he sat down with me and he's like, what's popping these days? I'm like, what's happening? Then he's like, he played EDM music to me, like dubstep and stuff like that,
Right.
So he told me like, this is what's happening. So do you want to infuse it with dubstep electronic music? And I'm like, how am I supposed to rap in like EDM beats and stuff like that? And he's like, we'll figure out, man. Then he gave me a beat, and then I was like, then the beats were like, sometimes it goes like fast, sometimes it's slow, the drop are coming in. Then I'm like, okay, now this will be interesting for me to rap, because hip hop beat is like, it goes with the BPM and stuff. Like it's like it goes aram se, and over here it's like I have to follow like each and every pattern, So I found it very interesting, and I'm like, okay, let me try it, and I did it, and I made him hear, and he was really happy with it. Then he's like, I think we have a new sound here. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then we had to like perform on the stage as well, right? And then we went on the stage. We had this show somewhere in the North Delhi side. And as soon as we went on the stage, when they hear a rapper, right? Because already heavy metals have performed on the stage, like heavy metal, like, and then the rapper goes, it's like off, So I went on the stage and people were like, like, we don't need no rapper and stuff like that, because that heavy metal guy just screamed his lungs out, man. And he was like the whole crowd was like already uplifted, right? And I go there, I'm like going to rap and stuff like that. And they were like not ready for hip hop and what we were going to do. So I kind of like stopped the DJ and I started freestyling. Then I kind of grabbed their attention that this guy is talking about the situation that is happening, because they were saying some words to me, and with that word I was just like, replying them back just for fun on the stage. And then the music started. Then they were like, okay, like, this guys, they have some music which we can bump our head to, because I say the only music that you can bump your head to is like rock music, headbang, that is rock music, and electronic music. So we had infused that with rock, electronic, hip hop, So we had the crowd going, so then I understood, this is a good thing. If we have like a hip hop bass fans out there, we will perform like hip hop numbers. And if you want metal stuff, we also have metal stuff.
Right.
And if you want dance numbers, we had dance numbers as well. So that's how it came about. So kudos to my DJ, he was the one to come in and give me the whole idea of you need to study the market. He's like, you need to study the market, bro. You can't just keep doing the same thing. So that's how we kind of switched. So, and now he's telling me, bro, you know what's happening right now? I'm like, yeah, old school is coming back, bro. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now let's get back to old school. So it's like, he just keeps me updating, what's happening, what's not happening. So yeah. So shout out to DJ Ina, man. Yeah.
Boom. Now it's back to the sounds of De La Soul and like J Dilla and bro. Yeah. But epic, like the way that you're able to blend like all those genres and all those sounds and still make them you. Like you don't lose your identity, your musical identity, as well as everything else that you stand for. You don't lose that, and that's brilliant. A lot of artists, upcoming hip-hop artists, guys, if you're watching out there, you should pay attention, because it's gotten to a point where you can write raps, but that's not enough. You have to be able to think outside the box in terms of how to get whatever you've written, your rhymes, out in a way where people will actually catch it, instead of putting it in the other pile with the other hip-hop artists and stuff like that.
I like what you pointed out, BK, about grabbing the audience attention. I remember having seen you live opening for Hubestang in Shillong. I remember you were talking to you were talking to the crowd about something about you growing up in Shillong and stuff like that, and you did like a freestyle, telling the crowd through the freestyle, what you were doing in Shillong, and it's stuff like that makes you that separates you from everyone else, I would say. And yeah, man,
thank you so much.
And your freestyles have always been viral, everywhere. Like, you keep seeing stuff on Facebook. Like, I don't know, there was this one freestyle, like you were in a cypher, like with probably, I think there was like 10 or 12 rappers around you, and that one video went viral. I think that was like 2-3 years ago, man. My memory is not that clear, But I mean, everyone knows you've got the fastest, like one of the fastest flows. Exactly, dude.
And it's not just how fast your flow is, but it's also you're able to dissect your flows. You're able to dissect your flow into a very weird, like, there's, I don't know, man. I can't explain it like properly, but I mean, people were like, in my some of the tracks, people say that I kind of go off beat at times, so some of them don't understand that we do that on purpose. Exactly.
Because, so they were complaining, like, BK is going off beat and stuff like that. Like, I have been in this game for almost like more than 10 years now. And, I always want to do something which will say, like, people will say it's kind of a little different, So we do this rap thing, right? Everybody, like, if you talk about good rappers, Shillong have like dope rappers, like Assam have dope rappers, whole Northeast, Mizoram, everybody have dope rappers, So now you have to think, like, how can you be a little different from others? Because the market, like, it's like the competition, it's out there.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, how can I set myself different? So I try to change my flows. I go off beat a little bit at times, come back to the beat again.
Yeah.
And so that's how I try to make my flow a little interesting at the same time. So so people don't get that so much, but thank you for pointing that out. So
but it works, man.
For people to know.
It works. And for all of you listening or watching out there, he doesn't go off beat, bro. Everything that happens is on purpose.
Yes.
Just saying.
Hey, if you listen to the J Dilla records, everyone said J Dilla went off beat, but
yeah, man. Like, bro, chill.
Yeah, it's all right. So let's speak about the subject matter, man. I think this is the perfect time to talk about what you speak about. You mentioned there about Northeast racism in Delhi, and we know that actually your album was well timed at a point where Northeast racism was probably at its peak in New Delhi at that time, I would say. Like the case of Nido Tanyam and stuff like that really enraged a lot of guys from here.
Yeah.
And the subject matter that you speak of is it has a lot to do with that. And also besides that, you speak about more general things in your song Never Give Up. You keep pushing out that idea of hustling and keep pushing and keep doing stuff. And yeah, man, so you'd be the best guy to tell us about the subject matter that you have, the stuff, the kind of topics that you write about, and why you write about these kind of things.
Yeah, like I've already said in the beginning, I was myself, like, I was stabbed. And it's a funny story, like, they stabbed me first, then they asked me whether I am a Nepali guy or not. Like, they stabbed me first and they asked me.
Then they ask questions.
So it was kind of like a little funny for me. And they first kind of like checked my pockets, and like imagine me sitting in the middle, right? And the other guy is on my right, the other guy is on my left, and they are saying, "Iska paas to kuch bhi nahi hai. Isko maar dalenge kya?" Then the other guy is telling, "Maar ke kya milega? Fir hum jail chale jayenge pocket mein aise hi." Then they were discussing whether to kill me or not, bro. And I was in the middle.
Whoa.
I was just sitting in the middle.
That's
Imagine,
harsh,
bro.
man.
And I was like, yeah, bro. Then I kind of got angry. Like, I said, what are you guys talking about? Like, then luckily somebody like behind me, they were jogging. So they picked me up and they were like, they put their arms around me like a friend. And they told me, "Kisi ko bolna nahi to hum फिर आके मारेंगे आपको and stuff like that." So I said, like, why do you do this? They said, हमारा ये रोज का है. And then they asked me, "You're Nepali, right?" Then I said, "No, I'm Indian. I'm from Tripura." Then they were not believing me. Then I said, "Bro, I'm Indian. When I came for my further education over here." Then they kind of like they knew that I was telling the truth, and they were like, "Yo, we are sorry, maaf kar do, galti ho gaya. हमारा कुछ पंगा है with the Nepalis and stuff like that." But I think they were lying, man. And then and the guy, he reminded me, "Check karo, laga to nahi." I forgot that I got stabbed. He reminded me, he's like, "Check karo, laga to nahi." Then I lifted up my shirt and I could see the like blood dripping down. Then I'm like, "Kya yaar?" Then he's like, he looked to the other guy who stabbed me, right? And he's like, "Kya yaar?" Then he's like, "Kya yaar? Tune bola gusa to, maine gusa diya." And then he was like, "Bhai, 20 रुपए का तो बैंडेड आ जाएगा, तू लगा देना." Then I said, "भाई, मैंने खुद को मारा है क्या? तूने मारा ना, तो तू बैंडेड खरीदेगा मेरे लिए." It is like, ठीक है. They took me to the market, bought band-aid for me, and they kind of introduced themselves also. And I said, "Bro, I stay near the park. मेरा आना जाना पार्क से होता रहता है. फिर देखोगे, फिर मारोगे क्या?" They said, "नहीं, अभी तो जान पहचान हो गया. कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा तो हमें बताओ," and stuff like that, So it was like
that's
a funny scene as well, and a serious scene as well, man.
No, I think for me, when I read about that, I think the funniest part, besides where like they're like, "Oh no, we know you now, so if you need if anyone troubles you, then you let us know." Besides that, I think to me what I found funny was the fact that after they had stabbed you, they took out $10 to give you and said, "Put a band-aid on it," bro. Like,
yeah.
What I mean?
So it's like
Yeah, man.
So
it was funny scene, and that was very scary also.
Yeah.
So
from that day on, I'm always watching my back. If there's anybody behind my back, I just let them pass me first. I become very conscious about like if people are behind me and stuff like that. So that was one thing, and then of course, and then one day we all dressed up to go to church, right? And then some guys with the bike, they come and they just throw water at us. We are all drenched going to church. We were trying to look our best. So these things keep happening, and a guy just this guy just yelled at my like on my face saying, "Hey, Chinky!" And I looked at him and I'm like, then he's like, "Kya kar lega be?" and stuff like that. So I was like, it's everywhere, and I thought I should address this in my songs and stuff like that. And then Nido Tanya, he at that point of time he passed away. So I thought, it's high time that I write something about this and let people know that we're also Indian. And every time I perform on the stage, I let people know. I say that instead of you going to Manali for your vacation, or you going to US, or you going to Leh Ladakh and stuff like that, come to Northeast. When you come to Northeast, you will understand how we stay. You'll understand our culture, our heritage and stuff like that. You stay with us, eat our food, and then that is when that happens. I tell them on the stage with a microphone, when that happens, I don't think so there'll be any room for racism anymore in our country. It's just that we need that Jaan Pehchan. And there's this small gap between the mainland and Northeast. We need to bridge that gap. So I say that on the stage, man, openly, so that they understand where we come from. And shout out to all the festivals that happens in Delhi and Mumbai, man. It's just a festival where people come out there to see our culture. They try our food in the stalls, right? They can try jado if they want. They can try some miso food, Tripuri food. Then they get to know, okay, these people come from a different place. Though it's India, and come on, India, we are very diverse, you know.
Yeah,
so they will understand, okay, this is the food that they eat. This is how they dance, the bamboo dance. This is how the musicians perform. This is how they look like. Right. So I think, like, shout out to all the festivals, man, that takes place, because they are kind of like telling the masses that this is how we are. Right. So, and I tell them straight on the face, come to Northeast, stay with us, understand our culture. Then I don't think so you will hate us anymore. It's just that you think that we are from a different place altogether.
Like we're not Indians.
And stuff like that,
exactly.
You know? Yeah. So it's our duty as well as a musician. Also, if we can be in any other occupation, you know, it's our duty to let people know where we come from. We should be proud of our culture and where we come from. You know.
Right.
And so that's how it is. And I thought, like, that's how I should go about with my songs. And I don't know if people will accept my songs and stuff like that. It's not commercial. I don't know if it's gonna bomb in radios and stuff like that. But I thought if I can touch lives, you know, with my music, I think that's the best thing for me, because music is a gift from God, and I want to use it to reach out to people. My main purpose is that.
Right. And I would say that's happening, man. That is happening. Like I know a lot of people, because I keep seeing stuff on the YouTube comments, and they've always been very positive and always been very. They have a very good outlook on the songs. You know, like they take it well, right? So I would say, like, it's happening, man. And I would like to. I think this is probably the best time to hear a song from you, like a performance. Like, what do you have in store for us?
Okay, like, I'll perform for you guys. Hashtag, like, you know, I wanna be famous.
I wanna be.
So that's one song. Yeah.
All right. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, here is BK with
I Wanna Be
Famous. Don't we all?
Ever since I was a kid, I never understood this mathematic, even a little bit. I was a prick, my grades were kinda slim. It's like every lesson I was learning was skipping out of my microchip and Halloween. My art fit with baggy jeans and t-shirts and bling bling and all that was getting my ass whooped. The mark and fresh talk was all they watched. But oops, I gotta cut that off and read each one. Homie, I got skills to pay the bills, shipping bills, but opportunities and knocking on my way still. For real, my guts to me with credibility, I let it be. I'm like Johnny Cash in here. I'm obsequious, I'm stimulus, not ambiguous. I'm cruising with music, I'm true to this, bro. An artist to music and the body prosodic, not explicit lyrics, there's no blurred lines, it's just so you know.
What, man?
Hashtag, I wanna be a rock star. Hashtag, man, I gotta be a superstar. Hashtag, dunking it hard at the All-Stars. Tell Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, I'm the next superstar. I wanna be a rap star. Hashtag, blowing the money on cars. Hashtag, tweet the celebrities on my boss. Tell to the world who we are. I gotta ask how it feels to be famous. Ice on the rocks, wine and sushi for breakfast on the halftime. I'm chilling the court with Lakers, I'm dropping the hottest track. #1 on the playlist, Cassius Clay. Hell yeah, I'm the greatest, the latest, the ladies, Mercedes, Vegas, LA to the Bay, on the tour, on the streets, and yeah, we're getting paid. And drama, it's all part of the play, that's all I wanted to say. I'm on a quarter mile straight, up and away with my aeroplane, spinning my propeller blade. I'm trying to navigate my life, and now it's time to celebrate. Hell yeah, what the paparazzi to follow me, honor me, you know what I mean. All my fans and TMC to show love and holler at me. Get nominated to the Grammy, you feeling me? That's all I ever wanted to be.
That's true.
Hashtag, I wanna be a rock star. Hashtag, man, I gotta be a superstar. Hashtag, dunking it hard at the All-Stars. Tell Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, I'm the next superstar. I wanna be a rap star. Hashtag, blowing the money on cars. Hashtag, tweet the celebrities on my boss. Tell to the world who we are. I gotta be famous now. Man, I gotta be famous. Man, you gotta be famous. We gotta be famous. Don't you wanna be famous? Man, you gotta be famous. Man, you gotta be famous. We gotta be famous. Don't you wanna be famous? Oh, man, I gotta be famous. Man, you gotta be famous. We gotta be famous. Don't you wanna be famous? Man, I gotta be famous. Man, you gotta be famous. We gotta be famous. Don't you wanna be famous? Yo, that was hashtag I wanna be famous. Peace.
All right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and that
was
BK
cool performance. Yeah.
with a pretty cool, a very cool performance.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Of I Want to Be Famous.
Yes. If you want to be famous, you listen to
Thank
that
you,
song.
thank you.
All right.
Don't we all want to be
That
famous?
song is just like a mindset of it's a mindset, like, you know, when I was young, I kind of had that mindset, you know, I want to be somebody performing on the stage. I want to be someone, you know, doing something good, like for the people, trying to be out there, you know.
Right.
So I wrote that song with that mindset, you know, like, don't you want to be famous and stuff like that. So yeah, it comes from
right.
that childhood. Yeah, so
Epic.
a memory, you can say. Yeah.
This is exactly where the scene is
Yeah.
right now. It's definitely here, you know,
Yes.
and it's so cool to have you here. And I think this is a time to you know, have some fun. Probably we've been too serious talking about a lot of issues and a lot of problems and a lot of work, a lot of music, but I feel like we should take our minds out of it a little bit. So this is the part where, you know, you can have a little bit of fun. This one is called, yeah, this is a rapid fire section.
That was the worst drum roll ever to like the worst intro to a segment ever. But anyways,
Yeah, man.
we're gonna do a rapid fire. We're gonna ask you a bunch of questions, and you will have 5 minutes to answer them. That's not very rapid, but 5 seconds,
5 seconds.
to answer.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Let's do this.
First question: Who is
Yep.
one of your favorite artists that you have worked with?
That I've worked with.
Yeah.
Oh. I think like it should be Alobonaga.
Alobonaga.
Oh.
Hey,
And,
shout out.
Yeah.
All
Shout
right.
out to Alobo.
Alobo was on
And we did this.
episode 6, was it? Episode
Yeah.
7? Yeah.
You were saying
So,
you did this?
Okay. Yeah. So we did that collaboration with Big Deal as well, 3 of us,
Oh,
and so that was one of the best.
Epic. All right.
Yeah.
Second question: What is the best venue that you have played at?
I have a couple. Red Bull Tour Bus, Guwahati,
Epic.
Oh.
and then NH7 Shillong
Right.
Oh.
weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
All right. Third question: What is your favorite song
Okay.
to play live?
Favorite song? It's Power.
All right.
I haven't recorded the song. It's been almost 2 years, I guess, only on the stage,
Only on live.
and that's the best song.
Epic.
Yeah, to perform live.
Nice.
It's like
So-
headbang.
So are we gonna hear
Yeah.
like
A
are the-
recorded version.
are the people gonna hear a recorded version, a studio version of?
Yeah,
of
very
Power?
soon, very soon. Because
Epic.
right now I have a couple of projects which I have to put it out, and then I thought like I should record that song as well because it's a very good song. So
Right.
yeah, the people
Nice.
need to hear it. Yes.
Epic.
Yes.
All right. All right, man. So let's move on to the next question. If you could open a show for any artist in the world, who would it be?
I think it would be for Eminem and I think Linkin Park. I guess
Alright.
that'll never happen, but then but
Yeah.
like I have because like Eminem, he's Eminem,
yeah,
so
he's-
of course we all listen to his songs and grew up listening to his songs, so it'll be epic to open up for him. And then Linkin Park is something like I take influence from, because if you look at their live performance, it's dope, with
Dope,
the
man.
DJ, with the
Yeah.
rap, and with the screaming and everything. Rest in peace, Chester. But Linkin Park is Linkin Park, man, and so I would love
True.
to open for this too.
Nice.
A band and an artist, yes.
Nice. All right. Fifth question. If you could pick any artist from the Northeast to collaborate with, who would it be?
Okay. I just picked Moko because we're going to drop a song this Saturday.
That's one way of doing promo.
The song as well. So the name of the song is called 8, and it's something that you guys I think haven't heard. We have actually poured our hearts out in this song, and I can't reveal much, but I think it's gonna open up some eyes.
Epic.
Like if you hear the song, because we speak the truth out there in the song. So it's Moko. He's a good friend of mine as well. He works with my DJ also. So, and he's a brother. And yeah, so it's 8. Gonna be out on Saturday. So watch out for that.
Watch out, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that brings us to
Final
the final question.
Are you ready?
Yep.
If you weren't doing music as a career, what would you be doing?
Nothing, bro. I'm not good at anything else, man.
That's like the first honest answer that I did.
Yeah, true. I'm not good at anything else, bro. Like, if you tell me to teach, also, I don't think so I'm able to teach in schools. Or my dad is a politician, right? And I don't do well with politics as well. I don't even understand politics. The only thing I can do is write song. And of course, I wanted to follow my father's footsteps because he has been fighting for the rights of the tribal people right here in India, trying to preserve the rights here. Sorry, I mean to say in Tripura. He's trying to preserve the rights of our tribal people. And I wanted to do the same. So I felt like, instead of doing anything else, let me just follow his footsteps, but by doing music.
Right.
So, and really, to be honest, man, I just wanted to be a musician only from the very beginning, and I wanted to. I don't know whether I'll be very successful or not, but in the end of the day, if I have touched a couple of lives, I think that's a reward for me as an artist. So that means a lot to me.
Cool.
Epic. I like your honest answer. I really like your honest answer. I dig it.
Thank you.
That was a really nice rapid fire with BK, and we'll move on to this section, to the next section. This one is called Record of the week. It's pretty simple. You just have to give us one album that has shaped your life, shaped your career, and that has made you become the musician you are today.
That's directed towards me.
Yeah. So you tell us one album that has has shaped through all that. Yeah.
I would say I think Hybrid Theory, Linkin Park. Because I grew up in the phase where pop music were like really popping. Westlife, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. I had their cassettes. Though I'm a rapper, I listen to pop as well. Yeah. And then I couldn't understand metal at the time,
Right.
Like I couldn't really get it. Like my best friend David, that at that time, like he used to like listen to metal a lot, and I'm like, bro, I can't understand the music. Like, how does it go about and stuff like that. Then he started telling me, yo, bro, metal is like this, metal is like that. He started giving me insights to it. Then I started understanding what metal is all about. He gave me the history of metal and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden I saw One Step Closer in MTV, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm liking this new metal kind of a stuff, So they had this different touch. Then he gave me an idea, these people are like Hybrid Theory, right? They're trying to hybrid the whole stuff. They're trying mixing it. Then it gave me an insight of like, you can do that, man. It's just not about metal or hip hop. It's not about pop or just R&B. You can mix the whole stuff. Yeah. Music is music at the end of the day. Man. It's just that we came up and said, okay, this will be jazz. Okay, this will be blues. This will be hip hop.
Right.
But music is music, and that's the lingo we speak. Is music. So I thought wow, man, and that kind of shaped me as an artist. I thought I want to do something like this. I'm not gonna differentiate anymore. Like I told to myself, it's not gonna be metal for me anymore. It's not gonna be hip hop for me anymore. It's gonna be music. And as long as you can infuse all of them together, bring something new on the table, it's dope. So for me, it'll be Hybrid Theory. Yeah.
Nice.
Boom! All you Linkin Park fans out there making links in parks.
Chester Bennington, rest in peace. Yes. All right, man. So I feel like that wraps up the show. It's a sad thing to say,
Thank
but
you, man.
we have to end this. And I wish we had more time because there's so much. Like you have so much to talk about. You have so much work, so much music already out there. So yeah, remember everyone to go check out BK and go check out his music and go check out all his links, pages will all be down
somewhere
here.
down there, I think.
Yeah, go to his YouTube, check out all his videos. You've got some really killer music videos, by the way.
Dude.
Let me just say, man.
Thank
I
you,
think
man. Thank you so-
I think
thank you so
the
much.
fighter one is my favorite. Fighters, like,
Okay,
dude,
okay. Thank you, thank you.
yeah, and yeah. So
We spend
everyone,
a lot of time.
everyone go check out BK's stuff. And yeah, before we let you go, man, what do you have up? We already know, like, you have a song
The
with
song
Moko,
coming out, yeah.
and,
This
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
already know, like, there's volume 2 coming from the Northeast Cypher. But like, we'd like to
Yeah.
hear what's coming up from your side, and what do you have in store for everyone in the future?
Oh, I have one very interesting project though. I can't speak about it. Like, it's gonna shock everyone because it's unexpected. To be honest, it's very unexpected. But I will tell you, okay, we have 5 rappers in that project, and a couple of them, and it's happening for the first time because I'm not gonna take names. I know these rappers. I've heard their work. I've met them also, but we could never sit down and say, let's work together.
work.
But it's happening for the first time, and I think it's gonna be boom. I'm hoping for that, and I'm very excited for that. It's gonna surprise you all because you guys are not expecting this one, and it's gonna be epic. And that's one project here, and I have a couple of project with Downey as well, aka Spider. And I'm also thinking of working on an album if possible. So these are the projects that I'm looking forward to. And yeah, that's it, man.
That sounds like a
I'm
busy
just
year,
waiting
my
for
friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm waiting for this
2021,
pandemic to end, Last but not the least.
Yeah, we love the suspense, man. We love the suspense. We love
Yeah.
the fact that we don't know anything about what's coming, but we're
But
very
we know
we're very
it's
excited.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that brings us to the end of it, man. Thank you so much,
Thank you
BK.
so much, BK.
Thank you for having me, man.
Hey,
it was an honor
we wish you all the
be
best
here.
with all of your projects that you have
Yeah,
in the
dude.
future, and
And
we
also with
hope-
your
you so much.
family,
Thank you so
with everything.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best with your family and your new family.
Thank you so much.
Right?
Thank you,
yeah,
thank
man.
you. Thank you.
And we hope to see you soon. We hope to see you live.
Yeah, live, man.
Like on
We
stage.
hope to
Definitely.
give each other a hug and an embrace when we're legally allowed to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just waiting for a chance to come to Shillong,
Yeah, bro.
I miss Shillong,
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
It's been a while.
whenever you get to Shillong, hit us up, man.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
I'll do
dude.
that. I'll do that. Yeah.
All right.
All right. And on that note,
Okay, bro.
On that note, this
that was on that note with Daryll and Greg and
and
BK.
BK. Thank you, bro.
Take
Be
care.
safe,
Bye-bye.
guy.